Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for May 12, 2022, the Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest edition. And we begin with that story from Radical Compliance. Rarely do we see Radical Compliance with breaking news, but we did today, announcing that based upon a Wall Street Journal article, Moderno fired its CFO after his first day of work. His crime? Well, he was a CFO at his prior company, and he was under investigation for fiddling with the books. This is just unbelievable. It's even better, though, because Moderno agreed to pay him 1 year's salary, or, get this, $700,000 plus Cobra health coverage for 12 months. He did have to forfeit his signing bonus, relocation reimbursement, and equity awards. So, you might say $700,000, not bad for one day's work, and you'd be correct. But let's focus on Moderno. How absolutely idiotic and stupid was this? Any decent deep dive due diligence would have picked up something that could have been investigated. Even the announcement, formal announcement from his prior company, Dentsply, that investigation was ongoing, was public record. So, this is just unbelievable. And once again, I usually write about this, but I'm going to get on my high horse and say that if you don't perform deep dive due diligence on C-suite and ELT execs, you're going to put yourself in a world of hurt, and boy, Moderno did. And you look really stupid, Moderno. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, a new journalist, Jennifer Williams Alvarez, reporting. She reports that Lisa Monaco said in a recent speech that the U.S. is likely to step up for white-collar crime enforcement, that the recent dip in FCPA cases should not be read as anything. We've obviously heard that before, and we will hear it in the future. The administration says they're working on FCPA and other white-collar crimes, so we will see. From the New York Times Dealbook, there's now a pushback on ESG investing as there are calls to rein in investment based on environmental and social principles. No doubt this is due to the pushback by the inane Florida governor against Walt Disney. And of course, now we have the looking like the Supreme Court's going to eviscerate Roe v. Wade. Finally, our last story of the day comes to us from Reuters. Can Elon Musk negotiate a lower deal? Well, of course, you can always try and negotiate a lower deal, stock price, because Twitter's gone in the tank since he announced he's bought it. Really no surprise there, given that he will eviscerate Twitter and bring Donald Trump back. So he's laying in his own bed. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.